Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play. This is Pink Girl Teaches, and I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here today. Thank you for taking time to spend with me. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, I invite you to go ahead and press subscribe. Feel free to turn on the notifications, like the video, share the video, please, as well as join me in the comments so we can discuss this further and share our different thoughts with one another. Today, I'm talking about something that has been on my mind for quite some time, and I had to do a little research before I came back here to talk to you about it. And so I'm really looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. And I want to say that I have spent quite a bit of time working on this, and every time I try to go forward with it, there's always an issue. There's always some level of interference. And so it just has me really curious as to, why. But anyway, let's get right to this. Today I'm talking about Jezebel and how Jezebel is related to the narcissist. So here's the first thing. Many of you hear us, and I say this too, and I'm sure you have said it too, because I think all victims of narcissistic abuse have at one point or the other referred to the narcissist that they dealt with as the devil, as a demon. I know there are times when I refer to them as the sons and daughters of Satan. Now, when I think of Satan, I think of complete evil. I think of nothing there but total death, nothing more. Just evil, wickedness, nothing good can come from that. And so it's I was wondering, okay, so we call the narcissist the demon. Where's the relationship? How is this possible? Now, it doesn't matter where you are located or where I am or how many different YouTube channels you watch or what you go read in Quora. A lot of us will end up finding out that we have the same exact experience. It may not be with the same narcissist. We may not even be located in the same country, but our experiences are almost identical. To take it another step further, why do these narcissists follow the same pattern? We know that the narcissist will hover after however much time they need, and once if the hover is accepted or rejected, they act a certain way. It's like when you get to know the narcissist, you can predict their moves. Why are they all the same? Wouldn't they learn after one victim that this doesn't work, or after 2, 3, 4 victims this doesn't work, and then begin to change the entire strategy? But they all follow the same pattern. In the Old Testament, that's where we meet Jezebel. She was actually King Ahab's wife. So now, considering that her husband is a king, imagine in your mind what your vision of a queen is. And let me say this, Jezebel is none of those things. Jezebel was a harlot. She was a wicked woman, and she actually self-appointed herself, self-imposed herself into the church, into a position into the church, so that she could lead the people into sin. So look at Jezebel's primary function. Look at her purpose. It was to lead people to destruction. Nothing good can come out of Jezebel. She is at enmity with God. And if somebody or something is at enmity with God, then they're at enmity with God's purpose. And everything that he created, we know has a purpose. Just like you have a purpose, I have a purpose. Jezebel had a purpose, and she is somebody who could not be tolerated. Jezebel was so evil and so wicked that she even had some of the prophets in the Old Testament murdered or killed so that her agenda could go forward. Now, let's talk about the narcissist. They are wicked. They use control tactics such as manipulation, intimidation tactics. They are very domineering. And there was a stern warning that was issued to not tolerate Jezebel, the Jezebel spirit. And now I'm saying this to you. The narcissist is not to be tolerated at all, because let me put it like this. The spirit of Jezebel Because if we jump to Revelations 2 and 20, Revelations chapter 2, verses 20 to 23, read that when you have some time, and you can find a little bit more out about Jezebel. But what you're going to find interesting is the type of death that Jezebel had. Her end kind of fit the life that she lived. A lot of times people say, oh, when is the narcissist going to get their karma? Why does it always seem like they're winning? Well, guess who at one point looked like they were winning? I mean, Jezebel was able to have people killed. I mean, death, gone. She was able to do that. And so what more the other more subtle things that she was able to get away with, and it seemed like there was no repercussion for that. But go find out how she died. And it's the same thing with a narcissist. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to have some tragic or hurtful or, just traumatic death. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that their time will come. Their time to be held accountable for what they have done will come. And so let's not focus on them, but let's bring the focus back into us. Because the narcissist's sole mission is to bring destruction to you. Now, there are people who have been murdered by the narcissist that they were involved with. And what I will say is that not every narcissist is a murderer. But one thing you must remember is that every murderer is either a narcissist, sociopath, or a psychopath. They all fall into one of these three categories. Every murderer, every rapist is the same for them. And so, I've shared this here before, that as a child, I was a victim of sexual assault. And I grew up codependent because of that. It was like the life literally had been sucked out of me. There was like the day before it happened and the day after. And I was two different people. A lot of the times when the narcissist comes into our lives, we were one way before the narcissist. Our friends recognize us in a particular way. And then there is us after the narcissist. We are defeated. We are dejected. It's almost like the life has been sucked out of us. The narcissist is able to follow certain patterns because it's that Jezebel spirit that is within them. And that's why they all act the same. They seek control through manipulation. They have a deep-seated hatred for anything that is in authority over them. Jezebel had an issue with the church being in authority over her. The narcissist has an issue with you being a higher being than them. And let me make this make sense. So I'm using me as an example, right? I was the codependent. After my encounter with the narcissist, I began to do some work to heal. And I went to therapy. I got the help. And I was able to transition from that state of brokenness and that state of wanting to people please, of wanting to please other people so that I could see myself, so that they could see me, so that I could be validated. And I'm able to validate myself. I moved into the light and became the empath that I was designed to be. Now, once you get into that state as an empath and you perfect your boundaries and you gain the knowledge, you are that educated empath that is a force that the narcissist cannot reckon. Some of you don't have the story that I do where you are codependent. You may just have been that empath, and it's the light that's in you that vibrates higher at a higher frequency than the narcissist. And that's what attracted the narcissist to you. That's where the narcissist thinks, oh, wow, this is a superior being over me. And I must do everything that I can to bring it down to my level. And that's why they do this to you. That's why they harass you. That's why they want to totally destroy you. Think about what it was like after the narcissist. Many people lose their homes, some lose their finances, some lose their health, some lose their family, some lose their lives. There is, the consequences can be so devastating when we entertain evil. Do not tolerate this fool. They are crafty, cunning, they're seductive, charismatic, and they're domineering. And you know, it's all of these things combined that make the experience with the narcissist as devastating as it is. But continue to grow. Continue to develop yourself. And what you'll find that as the empath that you stand as, you begin to rise into a more superior power. You rise to a different frequency. You elevate higher. And now you're that super empath. That is where we want to go. That is where I want to pull you up to. That is where you should desire to reach up to that height, so that you can look back down and pull up a fellow empath, so that we can go forward and totally destroy the narcissist. Because let me tell you what, and it's not that we're going out there doing anything crazy, but wherever light goes into darkness, the light shines bright, and there's no amount of darkness that can cover the light. And so if you think about it, really think about it, the narcissist has no power over you. The narcissist can do nothing to defeat you. They can do nothing to control you. They can do nothing to domineer over you, except you give them that power. And I'm just challenging you. I'm just encouraging you to change how you're thinking about some of these things, how you're feeling about the discard, and look at it. What did it come to teach me? What can I learn from this? Because just as this Jezebel in real life was destroyed, she had a terrible end. So her spirit, even though it lives through these beings, that too has an expiration date. And that expiration date is the day that you say no more. It's the day that you put your foot down and you kick it back into the pits of hell from where it came from. Listen here, super empaths. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to inspire you, because this is my purpose. What is your purpose? Your purpose doesn't have to look like me or mine. Yours could be in your home. It could be in your community. You could be doing things on a grand scale, and whatever it is that you are doing, but super empath, do it. Do it well. And when that dirty, nasty, sleazy scum of a narcissist tries to come back your way, issue the biggest injury, so that they know that we are not playing with them. We are not playing with them, and they have no dominion over us. So this is what I wanted to share with you. If you like anything that I said, if anything resonates with you, I encourage you to press subscribe, like, share, jump in the comments, and let's talk about this. What are your thoughts about this? Do you agree or disagree with how I feel about this? Thank you for your patience. Thank you for taking time to listen to what I have to say today. I appreciate you. And like always, take care of yourself and take care of each other.